Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Welcome to
Monday with the Mavens. We are doing all things question and answer today, and Samson's with us.
He's joining us also, so.
He smells good.
What?
Yeah.
He really needs a bath, actually.
All right, you guys, if you are tuning in, we'd love to have you join in on the conversation. So we have some questions here we're going to tackle. We're going to make it hot and quick.
Like lightning round Q&A, guys.
Yeah, we are. But if you have questions that you didn't have a chance to send in or they're just coming to mind, we will try to keep our eyes on the comments. We have Facebook over here, Instagram over here, and we would love to chat with you guys. So here we go. We're going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay, you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
What am I going to get? How much does your program cost? Oh, well, that's a really easy one. It depends on how long you sign up for. If you sign up for 3 months, which is our least cost-effective program, it's also our shortest. It's $175 a month. Yep. 6 months is $150 a month, and 12 months is $125 a month. With that, you guys, it's not just a custom macro program that you're getting, but you are getting tons and tons of education. You are getting access to our community. We do a Monday client-only Zoom where we come in and answer all of your questions. And it is just we do monthly challenges. You can win great prizes. You guys, it is a community of like-minded people who are on the same journey, similar journey as you are. And it's really just a remarkable place to be.
It is, not to mention that we get results and we love it. And It's completely customizable. There's no one size fits all. We work with you where you're at. We have all sorts of options in education, and we want you being your most thriving self when you graduate.
Don't let him eat your fingers. Don't let him do that.
Okay.
That's why he's on your side and not mine.
Samson, this is her puppy, and I love him. Okay, next question. How does your program work? Okay,
here we go. We're just doing it.
Okay, so yes.
Yes, our program works.
Yes,
it works.
So I would say foundationally, what we want to do is really work with our clients from a nutritional standpoint. And we do that using macronutrients and understanding what an individual needs. Now, it's just not that straightforward. We do like to keep things simple, but what we'll do is a person comes in, and I'm going to try to keep this a 30,000 foot view nutshell as best as I can. Person comes in, we do a consult, we see where they're at, what their goals are. We're going to originally have them track their food for 5 to 7 days so we can really get a baseline as to how much on average they're consuming and what their natural macro split looks like. We don't want somebody to change their way they're eating in that window. We're then going to look at their background, their energy output, like how much they're exercising, what their sleep looks like, any medications they're on, any clinical things that we should maybe be aware of, any of those pieces, and we're going to start them on their first assignment. And by assignment, that means a specific amount of calories with a specific macro breakdown. Our goal with consistency is to be able to change that over time. Now, different people come to us with very different goals. 2 people that are similar lifestyles with the similar goals are probably going to start in 2 very different places because everybody has a different starting point. We most of the time start in what we call a reverse, where we're going to work with clients to really do some repairing first before we ever consider any kind of a deficit. It is a marathon, not a sprint, but we get results and we love it, and we're going to be with you every step of the way. In addition to shifting your assignment week over week, because at minimum we ask our clients to check in once a week and we should modify their assignment, but we're available all day, every day, apart from Sundays for the most part.
Yeah.
And we provide a lot of education during the way. So yes, first and foremost, we are a nutrition program. We really believe that nutrition is the foundation to almost any health-related change that you want to make. But we're also going to be working with you on things like movement in time, maybe not right out of the gate, and hydration, and deep and restorative sleep, and stress resiliency, and all of those things, because we want our clients to have better energy. We want them to be sleeping good. We want their hormones to be in check. We want all of the pieces, but we don't want to throw it all at them at once. So the goal is to help our clients reach their goals. We also want them to have a high calorie count when they end our program so they have more flexibility for sustainable results. And we want to help you make small lifestyle changes throughout the way. It works.
It works.
And it's awesome.
Yep.
So that's that. These are going quick.
Bada bing, bada boom. How do I preserve muscle while shedding fat? Ooh, the Goldilocks approach, right? That's what we all want. Well, maybe not all of us, but that's what a lot of people want, is they want to preserve muscle or build muscle while shedding fat. And you guys, the best way to do that is, for one, hire a coach. It's not it's not necessarily as simple as just going to the gym more. I'm just going to go to the gym more and not change anything I'm doing nutritionally.
I did that for a lot of years.
Yeah. Oftentimes that just causes a lot of frustration because you feel like you're busting your butt and not getting the results that you want. So what you need to do, most people, I'll say, maybe not everybody, is you need to have a good understanding of what your nutrient intake should be. And with that, a coach is a perfect person to kind of tell you and let you know what that is. Now, you also need to, sorry, my dog is like really jamming on us in the back. That sounded weird. He's right here.
He is getting fixed tomorrow so that he doesn't jam on things.
It's not like that, you guys. That's not what I meant. Anyway, the best way to preserve muscle, you guys, is to make sure that you have an adequate amount of protein each and every day. Protein, we say it all the time, protein is queen, right? Ouch. Protein is queen. You have to have enough protein to help support the muscle that you already have. And then if you're wanting to build muscle, you need to have enough protein in order to build that tissue. Tissue is made up of proteins, you guys, and it's as simple as that. You need to have enough protein. You need to be not overindulging on your carbs and your fat or your protein for that matter, making sure that those numbers are all balanced and for your activity level. And then the magic happens when you understand how much you need to burn in association with how much you are taking in. And so that's the fat loss. You have to resistance train. If you want to build muscle or maintain muscle, you have to have muscles. So you need to resistance train. You need to lift up heavy things and set them down. And you need to do that frequently throughout the week. So that's just a very simple nutshell. It's a little bit more specific. If you want to know more, you can head to macromavens.life, click the hop on board button. We would love to chat with you about it and get you on a plan to preserve muscle and shed fat.
Well, and that's just what's so cool is I have a lot of clients who oftentimes come in with a really specific aesthetic goal. And of course we want to help you reach your aesthetic goals. That's why most people come to us. But then they experience all these other things that they weren't expecting along the way, like a better mood, more balanced hormones, better sleep, all of it. It all works in conjunction with each other. But I will just give a little bit of a story of myself. For a lot of years, I ate what I thought clean, even non-inflammatory for the most part, and I worked out really hard. And I was really frustrated that I couldn't get like the lean mass that I wanted, that like visible lean muscle, because I had muscle, like I was fairly strong. And it wasn't until I started using macros, I didn't work out any harder. In fact, I even shifted that a little bit. I wasn't working out quite as hard. And I wasn't eating any less. In time, I was actually eating more. But because I was eating in a way that was fueling my muscle, but actually allowing me to shed fat while I was doing that, I was able to get that leaner body mass that I wanted. And it's crazy because I was actually working against myself for a long time. And so we see it day in and day out. And it's so much less about the number on the scale and really how you're feeling, how your clothes are fitting, how confident you are in your own skin, all of those things. But if you are wanting to build or preserve muscle while shedding fat, it's much more about your composition and how you're feeling than the number on the scale. But like Haley said, you can't build a house without wood. You can't build a body without fuel. And protein in this situation is really important. And you guys, muscle is longevity.
Yeah.
We're not saying you have to be, especially if you're a female, a lot of women are afraid of becoming these like significantly muscularly developed women. It's really hard to do.
It absolutely is.
And
you have to like really work on that in the gym. I mean, like really.
And really fuel your way in yourself in a way. Now, every body is different in every way. Haley and I talk about that all the time. We're so similar in so many ways, but we have to fuel our bodies differently and our bodies respond differently. And so it's true for anyone. And so but there's a way to do it. Now, building muscle, like significant muscle, takes a lot of work. And we do have people that come to us just for muscle building, and that's going to look a little bit different. But you have to fuel your body to have muscle. And you also, like muscle preservation and weight loss is really important because muscle also burns more calories. And so it's just so important. We have a pause over here on Instagram due to, we're back.
So it shouldn't be poor connection. We are like right by the internet.
Okay, let's see.
She didn't want that one. She passed. That means I get that one.
Well,
that was rude.
It's because
she doesn't want to answer it.
I do actually want to answer it, but I knew that it was technically my turn to answer, and this is going to piggyback on what I was just talking about. I wrote the questions down off of the question box, so she doesn't actually know what's in here. So I knew that I didn't want to have
It's
to
fine.
like-
I'm happy to answer the one you don't want. It's great.
Okay, this is something that has come up a lot, and I think it piggybacks really nicely to what we were just talking about, and that's why I thought that we would do it next.
She's preloading this question.
It's how can you help me preserve muscle while taking things like semaglutide? We are getting this question so much, you guys. We've talked about this quite a bit in the last couple months. Semaglutide is a peptide. It's a really popular peptide right now. It goes by several different names that a lot of people are using. It's a diabetic. It's primarily developed for diabetics, but a lot of people are using it off-label specifically for weight loss. Now, we are not here to say what you should or shouldn't do in terms of what you should take. We actually have quite a few clients that are using this peptide. And we're really thankful that they're also working with us because there's a responsible way to use it if you're going to. My concern, I'll just speak for myself, with the masses using something like this without a lot of education is that they are experiencing weight loss, but within that weight loss, they're experiencing significant muscle deterioration. So a lot of the weight that they're losing is actually muscle, not just fat. And what then happens, you're also restricting calories when you're using it. And what happens is you will have significant progress, but then when you stop and you re-increase your calories and you have less muscle, your metabolism is not going to work as well for you, and you're going to be burning fewer calories at rest, and you won't have the benefits of the muscle that you had, which is calorie burning and longevity. And so all of that is to be said, there's a responsible way, I feel, in both dosaging from a utilization standpoint, as well as how you fuel your body while you're taking it so that you can preserve muscle and primarily shed fat. Now, I still believe that best case scenario is that you have a marathon, not a sprint, and that you work nutritionally to really make the changes you want. Some people do want to be more aggressive and try some of these alternative things that are out there. Whatever works for you, fantastic. We just want people to be healthy and we want it to be sustainable. And so we have quite a few medical providers that are even sending us their patients that they're prescribing to because they're seeing the benefit of them understanding how to fuel their body and make sure that they're getting an adequate macro breakdown within the food that they are eating so that they can have that muscle preservation, because it's going to be much more longer lasting than just a yo-yo effect.
Yeah, and let's talk about that just for a minute also, you guys. When we talk about, and this is just a very general term that people use, they say, I need to lose weight, right? Like, it's so general. Most people, when they say I need to lose some weight, they're not talking about losing muscle or, water or bone or any type of like tissue weight. Like, really what we're talking about is fat loss, right? We are in the business of helping people lose fat while preserving muscle. Now, like Emmy said, when you take a peptide or a medication like semaglutide, one of the problems is oftentimes you are losing weight, but it is coming off in the form of not just fat. Yes, you will probably lose fat. I'm sure of that. But you will most likely be losing a significant amount of muscle, water, all sorts of things that you don't want to lose. And so that is where having a coach who is walking with you down this path, helping you to preserve muscle, helping you to stay hydrated, and to maintain as much of your bodily function and like tissues that you want while also shedding fat.
Yeah.
It's just what we talked about a minute ago with the Goldilocks effect. We want you to preserve that muscle. Otherwise, what ends up happening, you guys, is when you start weaning yourself off of this, and oftentimes what happens is people will gain weight back.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, you don't have the foundation of strong muscle to help you recover your metabolism and to burn more calories and to just be a stronger body, right? Instead, you have lost a bunch of muscle, which then your base metabolic rate will be lower than it was when you started, which means you are burning fewer calories at rest than when you started because you don't have that muscle preservation in order to help keep your metabolism at a faster burning level. And so you're already going to be coming back in it with a couple steps backwards.
Yeah.
And so we would love to partner with you if this is something you're curious about and you want to maintain that muscle, which I feel like is essential, and it doesn't get talked about enough with people who are going on these types of medications. because when you do start gaining the weight back, you're not going to gain it back in the form of muscle unless you are doing a significant amount of weight training. When you gain the weight back, it will come back as fat. Your body will store it as an extra energy source. And so anyway, all that to be said, we're in the business of helping people lose fat if that's your goal, and or gaining muscle. So yeah, macromavens.life. You guys, I'll just say it again. Click the hop on board button. We would love to talk to you about this if this is something that you're curious about. How fast can I expect results? Okay, well, that's a great question. Like, how committed are you to the process? You know, honestly, like if you're committed, to the process and you're willing to put in the work and to be consistent and to take the advice of your coach and implement it like as quickly as possible. You know, I said it earlier, our shortest program is 3 months. We see significant results within 3 months for those who are willing to put in the work, put forth the effort, and are willing to learn and grow.
Yeah.
Emmy is like,
sorry, no. I was just excited because I was just having this conversation with a client, and it depends on what you mean by results. Like, there's pretty immediate results. Like when you start,
you're not going to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. Like that's not safe.
But when you start consistently fueling your body, and I think the big difference is having that accountability person in your corner that also really understands the process and can shift things according to your needs. But within the first couple weeks of consistency, even though like, yes, likely some weight loss is going to happen in there too, but our clients start feeling better. Like, and that's what then helps them be even more motivated, is that they're more energetic. They're starting to sleep better. They're starting to feel more balanced. Like they're starting to feel better. And like, that is so exciting because that happens pretty immediately. And there's so many things that we do as far as teaching along the way that really helps with some of those small lifestyle shifts that make such a big difference over time. And so that said, it really depends on how big your goals are, how consistent you are. And, you know, there is something to be said about somebody that comes to us that hasn't been doing a lot, that's pretty sedentary, and that hasn't been fueling themselves consistently. We're probably going to see a lot faster results with that person if they're consistent than maybe somebody that has been working out really hard, eating fairly clean, and maybe has like 5 to 10 pounds of fat that they're wanting to shed. We're going to get the results with that person too, but it might take a little bit longer because they're already doing some of the things. So and sometimes not. Like sometimes it's super quick and sometimes it just takes longer. It also depends on what the clinical landscape looks like for that person. If somebody's coming to us and they have some form of autoimmune, something we're working like with some hormonal obstacles, thyroid, those sorts of things, sometimes we have to really make some tweaks along the way where progress might not be as fast, but progress is happening. Yep. And so we figure all those things out as we go along. And I would say like our average client signs up for 6 months, and oftentimes they want to extend that just because they really want to be comfortable in maintenance before they graduate. Most people that sign up for 3 months end up extending, but once again, it just depends. Like I've had people that have come to me for performance primarily, and we can do wonders in a 3-month period of time. So you guys, it's like almost spring. The sun was out this weekend. It felt so wonderful.
Like magic.
And I said this in stories, but I don't know, spring to me comes with like wanting to do spring cleaning of like my body and my brain, as well as like my home and my yard and all of the things. And every time of year is a fantastic time to sign up. But right now, I feel like oftentimes people are a little bit more motivated to like jump in, especially like getting ready for summer. It's almost March, so March, April, May. Think of how close that you could be to your goals before summer really gets underway. Like it's a fantastic time to jump in. We'd love to partner with you. All you have to do is just go right on over to macromavens.life, click the hop on board button, and what that does is it allows us to do a free consult, see if we're a good fit, answer your questions, and we would love to work with you.
Yeah, there is no wrong time, you guys. He really wants to eat these. There's no wrong time to sign up. In fact, if you're thinking about it today, if you are curious, then head over to macromavens.life, click the hop on board button. We really would love to partner with you. If you're curious about the peptides that we talked about semaglutide, how we can partner with you to maintain your muscle, build muscle, lose fat, all of those things, you guys. We are here for it. We are here for you guys. And it's just really fun. We are just a whole boatload of fun.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
And honestly, the whole community, it's just so cool. Everybody comes together. We have several different group chats. We have the ability to support each other with questions, with recipes, with all of the things. And we have a ton of tools. And like Haley said, we have fun and we have some fun stuff coming.
Yeah, that is the truth. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. If you are new here, make sure you come back, check in every day. We're posting every day, but we do have some exciting stuff coming up here in the near future.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, keep your questions
Yep.
coming. We'll keep answering them, maybe in stories or in the comments.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool.